Tonight on Syracuse Unpeeled Super Bowl special.
21 Savage was arrested by ICE.
Beyonce and Jay-Z are giving away concert tickets to fans who pledge to become vegan.
Then we break down the big game.
And Justin and I go head-to-head in a game of paper football.
All that and more coming up on Syracuse Unpeeled. Unpeelers, welcome to the Syracuse Unpeeled Super Bowl special. I'm Justin Paura.
And I'm Meagan Reynolds. Before we dive into football, we have some entertainment news updates.
The Super Bowl wasn't the only thing making headlines on Sunday. Immigration and Customs Enforcement arrested rapper 21 Savage for residing in the U.S. illegally. The Grammy-nominated artist was born in the U.K., came to the States when he was a minor in 2005, and stayed after his visa expired in 2006.
With the news came plenty of memes and also plenty of backlash. Demi Lovato tweeted that 21 Savage memes were the best part of her Super Bowl. She later deleted her account when fans called her tweet tone-deaf and lacking empathy. That's rough.
Yeah, it's rough. Hopefully we'll see 21 back in the States soon.
Hopefully soon. But in honor of Black History Month, Black Panther is playing on the big screen one more time. It's playing in over 250 AMC theaters across America, and audiences can see the film for free during the first week of February. Black
Panther has been considered a groundbreaking film since its release due to inclusivity and diversity seen from those involved with the film. In addition to box office success, the film has earned over 7 nominations in this year's Academy Awards, including Best Picture.
Wow, so I'm really excited about this. I may try and get a ticket, but I know that Disney, in addition to doing the free Black Panther screenings, is also donating $1.5 million to the United Negro College Fund, which I also think is incredibly amazing and, you know, just very nice of them because it's, you know, promoting college readiness and giving kids those scholarships.
And it's fantastic because this film definitely promoted progressiveness, especially
100%.
Within the Black community. It was one of the biggest films of 2018. Now in 2019, they're still trying to do those same things. It raised over $1 billion in the box office and over $90 million in domestic home entertainment. So I think Disney is doing its best job in trying to promote Black History Month.
Oh, 100%, definitely. And I think, you know, this could even be leading up to maybe they're doing the second one already. I don't know if maybe that's in the works already.
Hey, we have Endgame coming up soon.
Maybe we'll see the trailer at the end of this month. Who knows?
Hopefully.
I would be excited to see that.
Well, Disney obviously doing Black History Month right, but in a failed attempt to celebrate Black history, Adidas received immediate backlash after releasing an all-white shoe titled Celebrating Black Culture. Following immediate negative feedback on Twitter, Adidas released a statement saying that the collection, quote, did not reflect the spirit or philosophy of Black History Month.
Though they quickly pulled the shoe from their site, the all-white pair is still available at select retailers. Adidas released the rest of their Black History Month collection earlier this week.
I mean, come on. Like, it's so easy not to mess this up.
I mean, and all the criticisms were very on point, you know, saying it lacked creativity, you know, it was very poor judgment. It's just, you know, the rest of the line was, you know, it's black sneakers with like pops of orange and pops of purple, you know, everything's, when they were saying it's inspired by the Harlem Renaissance, but
But it's an all-white shoe that's made of cotton. Like, how easy is that to not mess up? Like, they have to use their brains a little bit.
I want to know who approved that idea and how much trouble they are in right now.
Adidas represents so many black celebrities, and it's just not fair.
Yeah, I don't even know. But in other news, remember when Pete Davidson bashed Syracuse? Well, Dinosaur Barbecue has him eating his words, or should I say sipping his words. Dinosaur Barbecue is serving anti-love themed drinks this month in honor of Singles Awareness Day.
The Thank You Next drink pokes fun at Davidson's short-lived romance with singer Ariana Grande. The drink consists of a vodka soda with a splash of cranberry, the perfect way to celebrate the Valentine's Day inspired holiday.
Yeah, so I want to see how he comments back at this, but you know, Dinosaur Barbecue is doing this Singles Awareness Day thing instead of Valentine's Day, which I think is pretty clever. It's going to be a good business move for them, but you know, they have other drinks called Home Alone, Thirst Trap, Donkey Punch. I don't know, they got pretty creative with this one.
It's clever. I mean, everyone kind of correlates Valentine's Day with romance, and you know, for all the single people out there, they don't really have anything to celebrate. I know there's Singles Awareness Day, but for the entire month, the fact that Dinosaur looking to spice it up a little bit, I don't mind it at all.
Are you going to be heading there?
Oh, yeah. Oh, come on. We all know. She had to bring it up, but yes, I will be there.
I had to, but Dinosaur Barbecue released this drink just days after the cops that Pete Davidson claimed the cops at Sundance Film Festival were, quote, He claimed that the Syracuse cops were, quote, hunting him down to arrest him at Sundance Film Festival. And this is after his comment saying Syracuse is trash. So he just really does not like us here at Syracuse.
Hey, Syracuse is a tight-knit community, and we're all just going after him at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't trash Central New York's best city like that and think they could get away with it.
No, he really cannot.
Oh, man. All right, well, coming up, learn how to save some green if you pledge to eat green, too.
Stay tuned, Unpeelers.
You've got pre-diabetes.
Okay.
But with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have pre-diabetes. Big time.
Fancy pants peanut butter? A big screen television? You haven't even bought a sofa yet. A motorcycle? When your father finds out, he's gonna flip his shoes with 2 buckles? What do you even need 2 buckles for? Mr. Big Shot, buying whiskey shots for everybody in the bar. From the looks of it, I'd say nobody even remembers. Feed the pig.
Welcome back, Unpeelers. Do you love the Carters and hate animal byproducts? Well, then you are in luck. Jay-Z and Beyonce are giving one fan a free concert ticket for life. All fans have to do to be eligible is pledge on the Green Print Project's website to be vegan for life. Here to fill us in on the contest is our food reporter, Haley Vaughn. So, Haley, thank you for joining us today.
Hi.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing well.
Yeah?
Good. So, you know, the green outfit, it's fitting with the theme.
Right.
Yeah.
So, what is the purpose of this contest?
So the purpose is actually to bring more awareness to Beyonce and Jay-Z's personal trainer's book, Marco Borges's Green Print. And it's also, he wrote the book to bring awareness again to veganism. But it's funny because in the actual contest, there's no way of enforcing if you're going to become vegan. It's just honor system.
Interesting.
Oof.
So, I mean, do they say that they're going to be trying to become, find a requirement?
I read the small print. All you have to do is put your name, your email, you have to be 18 years or older, and then a U.S. citizen, and that's it.
I mean, that seems a bit too easy. Is there any catch to this?
Okay, so the tickets for life is actually only for 30 years.
Then why do they call it a ticket for life?
Well, if you think about it,
like their careers.
yeah,
that's fair.
Beyonce is 37. So 37 plus 30 is 67, and Jay-Z is 49. So it's
Well, what if I want to see a Blue Ivy concert?
that's true. I don't know.
That's going to be tough. Well, so why is veganism such a big trend right now?
Well, as we all know, going green is like the thing to do right now. And veganism is one of the best ways that you personally can help change your carbon footprint on the environment. It's estimated that one cow's annual methane is equivalent to a car burning 235 gallons of gas.
Oh my gosh, wow. So then, in this case, which is better, veganism or vegetarianism?
It's really kind of a personal preference.
Okay.
The U.S. News actually ranked the vegetarian diet as number 11 on their list of best diets, and the vegan diet all the way down at 20, which is a little bit different than what most people would think.
All right, are you going to be entering?
I mean, why not, right? Like,
Oh, come on, it's Beyonce and Jay-Z.
yeah, and I don't actually have to go vegan.
Oh, there you go. See,
We're just gonna ignore that little part.
Just ignore it. No one will ever know.
that's what it is. Well, Haley, thank you.
I mean, now we've got proof of it, but maybe
Yeah.
no one will find
Now
it.
we
No
know.
one will
Yeah,
find
you're
us.
on camera, so now you know.
Okay.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. I'm excited to see how you're going to be taking this. But the internet is blowing up over the New York Knicks trading their only all-star Kristaps Porzingis, the Dallas Maverick, to the Dallas Mavericks last Tuesday. Porzingis injured his ACL and has not played a game all season. Mavericks owner Mark Cuban hopes that Porzingis will play with the Mavericks for the next 2 decades alongside rookie sensation Luka Doncic. Here to tell us about the fans' response is our internet reporter Mason Horodisky. Mason, how are you doing today?
Well, as a semi-Knicks fan, I'm not doing the best after this deal.
Oh, boy.
All right, but let's start here. So why was Porzingis traded? Let's just start there.
Well, this was something that Knicks fans have kind of expected to happen for a long time now, but maybe not for it to happen so out of the blue like it did. within just hours of reports that Kristaps was maybe going to demand a trade away from New York. Seemed like all of a sudden he was already on his way down to Dallas to go team up with fellow Eastern European Luka Doncic on the Mavericks. It really shouldn't be that surprising, though, considering the fact that it was obvious that the Knicks were already probably the worst team in the league so far this year. So getting rid of their best player before he could come back from his own injury pretty much all sets in stone the fact that they're going to tank for the #1 overall pick this upcoming year and pretty much draft the basketball version of Thanos and Zion Williamson.
Well, we all know Zion Williamson, very famous off of Instagram ever since he was 13. What has the reaction been to this trade on social media?
Well, NBA Twitter rarely disappoints in moments like these, and this was certainly no exception to that case. You had your usuals chiming in, like Sixers big man Joel Embiid tweeting out infinite LOLs about the deal. But then you had other guys like Blazers forward Evan Turner chiming in himself saying, quote, "That was a good trade for both the Knicks and Mavs," and personally, I gotta agree with him. The Knicks haven't had exactly the best track record in years past when it comes to making moves in the offseason and in the regular season, so I guess it's kind of kudos for them for not messing it up as bad as they could have in a weird way, but by far and away the biggest tweet of the night came from Kristaps himself, garnering up well over 100,000 likes on Twitter with just a simple gif of him dabbing up Luka Doncic, pretty much hinting at the fact that he knew exactly where he was going to be the next day.
Oh, interesting. But where do we go from here for Knicks fans? What's next for them?
Well, for the Knicks, this was obviously a high-risk, high-reward deal on their part. Obviously, getting rid of Kristaps means that they are the odds-on favorite for the #1 overall draft pick. But on the other side of things, another player involved in that deal was Tim Hardaway Jr. and his terrible, no-good, very bad contract. That clears up a ton of cap space for New York going forward to potentially sign a major free agent this offseason. Guys like Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant are already being linked to New York.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, it's big. It's real big.
It sounds real big. It's right for the Big Apple.
Oh,
exactly. Yeah. But, after the break, the Super Bowl commercial touchdowns and fumbles will be reviewed.
And punts. Don't go anywhere.
This is the story of a boy who didn't talk for a long time. The boy liked things to always be the same. Any changes would scare and upset him. The unknown was an unfriendly place. The boy was very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where they couldn't get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. He wasn't trying to be mean, it just made him feel uncomfortable. Sometimes he would flap his arms again and again.
One day, I found out I have something called autism. My family got me help. Slowly, I found my voice and learned all the ways I could live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Welcome back, Unpeelers. This Sunday was the big game. The Patriots beat the Rams in the Super Bowl. Super Bowl 53 pulled in just shy of 100 million viewers. Now, that may seem like a lot, but it's the event's lowest rating in 10 years. Here to kick off our Super Bowl discussion is our sports reporter, Chris Sachi. Chris, how you doing today?
Great. That Super Bowl, I'm being tasked with talking about the most memorable moments. I think Johnny Hecker's punt was the best moment of it. Yeah. Broke the record for most punting yards in Super Bowl history. Everyone was so excited. Play-by-play man Jim Nantz said this is the play of the game. He broke Patriots punter Ryan Allen's record, so definitely a little bit of beef on there. His punting opponent broke that record, so good for him. I think despite that, not that many other memorable moments, so that's the one I'm going to go with.
Wow. So, yeah, that game I didn't even find it very memorable. But what was the impact of the game? What does this mean for the Patriots' legacy, another Super Bowl win?
Tom Brady wins another, number 6. He's being compared to Michael Jordan now, who also has 6 championship rings. He didn't really play that well. A lot of people call Brady maybe the luckiest QB ever, luckiest legend ever to have 6 rings when he really hasn't played that great. But despite him, Julian Edelman wins the Super Bowl MVP after being suspended for steroids the first 4 games of the season. The most Super Bowl MVP of the Patriots that I've ever seen. So in classic Patriots fashion, a cheater cheater. Maybe some people dispute that, but he gets the MVP just like Brady has before.
Now, you mentioned the big-time punt from Johnny Hekker, one of the best ever, but come on, there has to be something else you remember from this game. Patriots
haters, they love the Tom Brady interception early on in the game. That got me hyped from my couch. Not going to say any biases there, but Greg Zerloin, second longest field goal kick in Super Bowl history. So the punters, kickers, their legs were going. That was really all we had. I mean, he also missed a field goal at the end to really solidify the loss for the Rams. Pats had an interception late to seal the game for them, but other than that, really not too much in the field. A defensive-minded game.
So did the defensive game that was played drive away fans?
Yeah, I mean, it put a lot of people to sleep.
Yeah,
I'm sure everyone here in the studio was pretty much sleeping by the end.
I actually opted to do my homework instead of watching the Super Bowl.
That's a tough
ridiculous. I mean, everyone was pretty much sleeping.
I stayed for the water cooler bet, a Gatorade color.
So it was a snooze.
Yeah, it was a snooze.
It really was.
Football purists say they loved it, but at the end of the day, a lot of casual fans want to see touchdowns. That's what we want to see.
Exactly, but of course we can't talk about the Super Bowl without talking about the commercials. According to CNBC this year, one 30-second ad cost over $5 million. Here to break down the best and the worst commercials of the night is our TV reporter, Daniel Preciado. Hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. I'm very excited. I'm not a big sports guy.
So the commercials is what you were looking forward to.
Yes, I was just waiting for the commercials. That was my Super Bowl.
So what was the one that you felt was the most worth waiting for? What was the best commercials in your opinion?
I think the one commercial which was truly just the best, it took the cake, took the trophy home, if you ask me, would be the Bud Light / Game of Thrones commercial.
Oh, that was a good one.
Yeah, it just began like a Bud Light commercial, funny, strange, and then all of a sudden, it wasn't. That was a really big shocker. And I think like Super Bowl commercials have a long history of being very shocking. Just that commercial was just crazy.
It was really funny. But all right, so we know it's your favorite, but what commercials did not do it for you? I know there were a lot for me, but I want to hear your opinion on this.
It was a tough one. There were a lot I did not like. I always think about how expensive they are and how people just miss the mark. For me, it must have been the Pepsi commercial with Cardi B and Steve Carell. It just felt...
a lot of hype behind it.
Yes, but it felt like too much. Like too much and just...
Like they were trying too hard.
Yeah, and with a minute to go, it's just not enough time to feature these two huge personalities. And then Burger King had one with Andy Warhol, which was just like... not worth being a Super Bowl commercial. It's just him eating a hamburger. I was watching that in awe that they spent that much money to have Andy Warhol eat a burger.
I remember watching it. I was like, what's happening here? I wasn't even convinced it was a commercial.
I felt like I was dreaming. I didn't know what was happening when that commercial was airing, so I don't know what got into their mind.
So you didn't know what was happening in that commercial, but were there any especially moving commercials? Really tugged the heartstrings.
Yeah, Microsoft had one that was really special with children with disabilities as they introduced this new controller that they too can use. That one just hit me right in the heart. That was crazy. And the Washington Post had one very inspiring one that talked about democracy and how people, even in today's times, like people are still fighting for democracy. And as a journalist, that just like hit me.
Oh, thank you so much, Daniel. And you know Adam Levine performed during the Super Bowl halftime show, but do you know the rest of Maroon 5?
Find out after the break. Welcome back, Unpeelers. So Maroon 5 is facing some mixed reactions to their halftime performance this past Super Bowl 53. It was with Travis Scott and Big Boy, and some felt the band gave a solid performance. However, others felt their performance was dull, uneventful. Even some claimed that it was the worst halftime show in history, and even SpongeBob couldn't save it. Here to tell us more about the show is our music reporter, Liam Crowley. All right, Liam, so did this live up to your expectations? How are you feeling about their performance?
So the deal with this halftime show is it had low expectations to begin with. The NFL and Maroon 5 canceled the press conference before the show amidst controversy of Maroon 5 even accepting their role at the halftime show. Artists like Cardi B and Rihanna declined in solidarity with Colin Kaepernick. Now, this halftime show was pretty lackluster in my opinion. The artists seemed unmotivated. They didn't seem like they really cared to be there. Travis Scott's appearance was nothing more than a cameo. His lyrics were sometimes inaudible. He swore a lot and they had to bleep it out of the TV, and a lot of the song was already recorded by Drake and he wasn't there, and no one wants to hear music over the loudspeaker at the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I think a lot of fans expected a lot more, especially from Travis Scott, because they kind of hyped him as like a 2 to Maroon 5's 1, that they would kind of be sort of equal. So with that being said, what do you want to see from future Super Bowl halftime shows?
I want the Super Bowl to take a page out of the the National Championships halftime show. Only 2 years into existence, but these past 2 years have been smash hits in my opinion. Kendrick Lamar knocked it out of the park, and Imagine Dragons rocked the house this past year. And I want to continue with this trend of combining these artists. Maroon 5, Travis Scott, did it work? That stirred some controversy, but I thought Bruno Mars and the Red Hot Chili Peppers worked fantastically in 2014. I want to see experiments with maybe Taylor Swift and Ed Sheeran. They toured together in 2012, and maybe Drake and the Migos. They toured together this past fall. Let's put them on the big stage.
Let's see it. I'm ready for it. What about you?
I would love to see that, but hopefully maybe they'll get the hint from this show.
All right, but it was Maroon 5, and speaking of them, our own Landon Wexler went around campus asking people if they can name all 5 members of Maroon 5.
So let's take a look.
How's it going, Unpeelers? I'm Landon Wexler, and this last Sunday night we had a pretty uneventful Super Bowl game where the Patriots, of course, won. Great. But halftime show, though, we had Adam Levine take off his jacket and then his shirt and then his undershirt, and the other members of Maroon 5, I don't know what they did. I actually don't think I can tell you any of their names. Does anyone know their names? Well, I'm going around campus right now to figure that out. What's up, guys? Can you guys name any members of Maroon 5?
Adam Levine. That's my guy. The keyboarder.
Who's the keyboarder?
PJ Morton.
I remember because he made a song with Lil Wayne.
Can you ladies name any members of Maroon 5?
Adam Levine.
Can you name any members of Maroon 5?
Yes.
Which ones?
Adam Levine.
Anyone else?
No.
Matt
Flynn, because he had a Super Bowl. He had a Super Bowl. NFL player name too. Matt Flynn. That's all I know.
Can you name any members of Maroon 5?
Well, obviously the main one is Adam Levine.
Naturally.
He has long hair, he has a beard, and he's really good at the guitar.
Can you guys name any members of Maroon 5?
Adam Levine, right? Adam Levine's the lead singer.
Yeah, I can't get the second.
I don't know anyone.
There's a guy with the long hair.
I think it's James Valentine.
James.
Yo, how do you guys know? Because no one else knows the other members of Maroon 5.
That's all I
Because I watched The Voice, and the keyboarder was mentioned on The Voice.
I just remember him with Lil Wayne.
Well, that answers that. Unpeelers, I hope you could name more than just Adam Levine, because I sure couldn't. By the way, for the record, there are 8 members. We got Adam Levine, Jesse Carmichael, James Valentine, PJ Morton, Matt Flynn, Sam Farrar, Ryan Dusick, and Mickey Madden. Not sure why there are 8 members of Maroon 5, but we'll let that mystery slide. Back to you guys in the studio.
Oh my goodness. I mean, I couldn't name all of them either. I thought there was only 5. I didn't realize there was 8. But in just a couple of minutes, Justin and I will be competing in a Super Bowl Smackdown.
Get ready, Unpeelers. It's sure to be fun.
Look, it's those guys. Are you good to drive?
I'm fine.
How many did you have?
I should be fine.
You should be.
Go and step out of the vehicle for me.
See ya, buddy. Good luck. So turns out, buzz driving and drunk driving, they're the same thing, and it costs around $10,000. So not worth it.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for information on how to provide even better care for the person who wants to care of you.
Come on, it's not that hard.
My big man fingers are having a problem with these little tiny buttons.
Whoa, watch it there. Your blood pressure's gonna go through the roof.
Tell me about it. I'm trying to learn how to get it down. Instead, it keeps going up.
High blood pressure can increase the risk for heart attack or stroke. Learn how to keep yours at a healthy range.
Ever hear a voice command? Just say text barbershop to 97779.
That's not what I said.
Just give me that. Now my blood pressure's up.
I see you mobbing over her. Let's go. Let's mob. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, we mobbing. Come on, girl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl.
Welcome back, Unpeelers. In the spirit of Super Bowl Sunday, Megan and I will be playing a competitive game of finger football.
And to make sure we have a fair game, our sports reporter Chris Sachi is here to referee the game for us.
All right, each of you will get 5 attempts to score by flicking the paper into the other person's goal post. The person who makes the most amount of field goals, they win the paper football game.
All right, sounds easy enough.
All right, who's starting here?
I got it.
You want to start? All right.
I do.
Get loose, Paura. I pick you
All
to win.
right.
Let's go.
Oh.
That kick is good.
There we go. It's one.
All right, 1-0 Paura here. Let's go. Kick is up. And that's good. 1-1 game so far.
Don't touch my things.
Oh, okay, we're getting testy
1-1.
here.
Trying to break the tie. Kicks up. That's all good as well. 2-1 score. Thought it was a little bit off.
It was a little off.
And that's 2-2. Wow, you guys are unbelievable.
My hands are so much bigger than yours. I just want people to know that I'm more. I have a more difficult challenge. Now I'm talking.
Paura flubs it, and another flub there. So 2-2, the score remains.
Okay.
Tie ball game. Paura taking a little bit of time out. Taking a deep breath. Kicks up. Oh, close. Looking like Greg Zuerlein at the end of the Super Bowl. 2-2 remaining score. That one flicks his way in. 3-2 ball game. Right off like a little double doink right there. 3-2 Meg leads, and that one was way over. I'll give him the point. That was a home run.
That is not a point. That is not a point.
Way over the wall. I'll give you the home run point for that one. 3-3 ball game. And that one goes in as well. 4-3.
right.
That one skirted its way in. And that one, I don't know about that.
I don't
a little
think
bit
that
too high. I don't think so.
Let's go.
I don't think so. 4-3 game. Meg Reynolds is ahead.
All right.
All right, take your time. Go ahead.
She's stalling the game clock a little bit. That one's up and no good. So Paura has a chance to tie here. 4-3 ball game. The kick is up and no good. A little bit of action on that one. A little bit too high. Meg with the lead.
Wind. It's the wind.
Trying to pad her lead. That one's all good. 5-3 ball game. Meg is up. Paura, the pressure's on. No good.
You got
Wait.
it.
I don't know, Paura.
Don't worry,
down by
don't
two,
worry.
heading towards the exits here. Are the fans leaving the stadium? Paura's down by 2.
And
Meg
you
has a
put your
chance
money
to
on
hit
the wrong
dagger.
person.
Can't be.
And it hits the dagger 6-3. Paura's got a 3 field goal lead. Oh, 6-4. All right. Now he's kicking a bunch. He doesn't know where he's going.
Let's go.
Here we go. 6-4 ball game. 7-4. Paura's still down by 3.
God.
Meg just continues to put the daggers into the hearts.
Should I give him this last one? He's not going to win.
That was good.
7-5. 7-5.
Come on, let's go. Let's go.
He's got a shot.
I got you.
Fans aren't leaving yet. Meg. Oh, no
where
good.
did that go?
Paura still got 2 goals to go. That one.
Oh, that was. Did you see that?
I don't know.
She moved her head.
Can't control it.
Oh my goodness.
Can't control that.
All right, the
And
final
Meg,
one.
The final dagger is up and good. Meg Reynolds takes the cake away from Justin Paura. 8-5, the final score.
I'm so disappointed.
Meg Reynolds winning the Super Bowl. What a performance by her. The surprising upset. I love to see it.
You bet your money on the wrong person.
I did, Paura.
You did say to me I put my money on Paura.
down.
But that is all we have time for this week on Syracuse Unpeeled. Tune in next week for our Valentine's Day special. I am Megan Reynolds.
And I'm Justin Paura. Have a great night, Unpeelers. Unlike me, I got so unlucky.